How long have we waited for this? A long damn time, I'd say. But hey, as the saying goes, better late than never. See, the KTM 390 Adventure brought with it a promise. With great power comes great adventures. Despite it being a hardy motorcycle both on and off tarmac, most hardcore off-roaders felt its Achilles heels was the lack of adjustable suspension and wire-spoke rims. That need has been answered with this. And here's the best part. Now you get two more 390 Adventure variants. One, the low seat variant, which costs the same as the standard variant, and two, an affordable one that could likely take on the upcoming Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. However, in this video, we will be focusing on just two variants. The X, the more affordable one, and the top-spec wire-spoke variant. We will be riding both of them and compare it to the standard to see how much more or less adventure can be had on either one of these. Some of the best adventures do not cost a lot of money, like finding such places. KTM too believes that adventure should be made more accessible. And the 390X, that's rupees 60,000 cheaper than the standard variant. That's a hell of a price difference. Yeah, you already know that this misses out on a bunch of electronics, the color TFT screen, the Mezzala Tourance tires, and that's how it costs rupees 2.8 lakh. But there's more to the 390 Adventure X's affordability than you assume. Let's tackle the changes one by one. First, electronics. Yeah, it's missing a bunch. All you get is dual channel ABS with an off-road mode and a slipper clutch. But if you're puttering down a highway, the absence of stuff like traction control, cornering ABS and quick shifter plus, it's not as evident. The overall experience of this bike on the road is very KTM 390-like. With no changes in displacement, power and torque across all four variants, the MRF MoGrip Meteor Dual Sport tires fall under the spotlight. On arrow straight highways, they do hold their own rather well. In fact, they felt pliant over stuff like rumbler strips, making the ride a bit more comfortable. But when you hit a dusty trail, things start to get a little funny. See, on the standard variant, which I own, if you pull the throttle hard enough, the rear steps out. But the traction control kicks in quickly to stop my dumbass from overcooking the slide. But on this, the X, there is no divine intervention. So you've got to know what you're doing to avoid hustling 44 horses the wrong way. Furthermore, around corners and over wet roads, the lack of grip amplifies the lack of electronics, which keep things in check. If you're an experienced rider, this variant should allow you to push the 390 Adventure harder around trails without computers telling you what is dangerous and what is not for your well-being. The brakes and the dual channel ABS on this one is the same as that on the standard variant. But how good or bad is the braking performance now post the MRF tires is something that we will have to find out post a proper road test. That said, I do miss the Mezzala Tourance tires. They're just simply better. The black and white LCD may seem a little basic compared to the color TFT on the standard variant, but everything that you need is well spread out and easy to read. I actually prefer this a bit more than the standard variant because the console on the standard variant seems overcrowded with information. Lastly, you do not get adjustable levers on the Adventure 390X as you do on the other variants. See, I do not have very long fingers and hence reaching for levers that are extremely spanned out is a pain. But on this, the levers, despite not being adjustable, are easy to reach and grab. I really do not miss the adjustable ones on this one. The KTM 390 Adventure X offers a sense of rawness to adventure riding, like the early KTM 390s did back in 2014 and 15. Just a whole lot more refined now. But what if you want something more specialized? Something with all the thrills and frills and no compromises? Then you get this. It costs almost rupees 80,000 more than the 390 Adventure X and rupees 21,000 more than the standard variant. This top-spec 390 Adventure, it finally gets fully adjustable suspension, both front and back, and wire spoke rims for more off-road credibility. One size fits all. It's a great philosophy to have if you want to democratize something. But on adventure bikes, especially touring ones like the 390 Adventure, a fixed suspension setup means not all riders will have the same experience from the same machine. KTM says the stock suspension setup off the factory line is set for riders between 75 to 90 kilograms. I weigh around 62 kilograms. Hence, what's pliant for heavier riders is tossy and firm for guys like me. Therefore, while both the standard variant, which I own, and this top-spec variant have open cartridge forks, the option to manually adjust both compression and rebound on this one increases my confidence from the front tire on dirt. I'm not left wondering if my front is going to wash out from underneath me when the surface gets a little tricky. The front fork allows for 30 clicks of compression and rebound. At the rear, besides preload, you get 20 clicks of rebound adjustability. KTM experts suggest you start with 15 clicks of compression and rebound at the front and 10 clicks of rebound at the rear. This is ideal for everyday road usage. But let's say you're hitting a rocky trail over the weekend. Then you can bump this up or down to meet your needs better and get the most out of your 390 Adventure. This is a big boon for not just off-road riders, but even touring guys such as myself will find this super useful, because on a tour you end up experiencing all sorts of terrain, be it riding solo, with or without luggage, or with a pillion. You can quickly set the bike up for what you need and head back out. See, while the front fork is super easy to adjust thanks to those thumb screws, at the back you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. But to be honest, that's not very inconvenient because every motorcycle has a toolkit inside. Now, let's quickly talk about the wire spoke rims. See, they're super useful here, off-road, because unlike alloy wheels, they flex and they soak up bumps and shocks better. And this isn't just noticeable here on the dirt, but also on the highway over stuff like rumble strips. A firm front end has been an issue with the standard 390 Adventure, and this changes that experience considerably. Even in its most balanced setting, the spoke wheel 390 Adventure felt a lot more pliant on the road. Off the road, it opened a whole new range of ability, demanding you to up your skills. That said, these rims aren't tubeless. So if you find yourself in the middle of nowhere with a puncture, best of luck finding a mechanic who will help you remove the tire. Both The 390 Adventure X and the spoke wheel variant sit on opposite ends of the spectrum. But strangely, despite their differences, they appear to allow both noobs and experienced riders to get a bit more from this platform. The 390X's rawness allows you to let loose without anything holding you back. And the spoke wheel variant allows you to push further, better. But as this is just a first ride, how these changes have impacted the 390 Adventure's real-world performance, that's yet to be seen. We'll be exploring that in a proper road test, which, by the way, will be coming to you very soon. In that video, we will try and address which variant is for whom. So make sure to stay tuned to ZigWheels, and as always, thank you so much for watching.